Okay, welcome back. What I want to do is continue with level 3, okay? And this is session 11, types of wiring systems. Now again, we're still dealing with unit 3 or 5, okay? Let's just go and make sure that we can pick this up. Okay, level, session 11, types of wiring systems, okay. Okay, make sure that we can get the full top view in, okay. I'm not concerned about the cover of the others. Okay. Okay, here are your systems, okay, line systems. Looping, commonly used in conduit and trunking. Free plate method, joint or junction box. Now, that it is not exclusive to this free. There may be other methods that has come along since due to constant development and changes in regards to wiring systems, okay? And remember, some of these systems may become in a manner where they simply become plug-in. Especially with the electronification of houses. You press a button and your front door opens, or you press a button and your heating comes on, or you turn your light on from your phone while you're in the States or something or the other, okay? Right. Now, this is the looping method, or what I call the looping method, okay? Conduit trunking method, usually called the looping method, is shown below. In this method, thermoplastic PVC insulated single core cables are usually used. So you would be wiring your system internally. So your system wired here will be for lighting points from here, okay? You can have as many lighting points here as well as you like, okay, overall. Okay. Okay. Now here's your free plate system, okay? And your free plate here is that, now in this case, your main supply would come to your ceiling rolls, okay? And from your ceiling rolls, you can then begin to feed off to other ceiling roses, and then begin to put in additional lighting. So you can extend these systems in the free plate systems just ongoing endlessly overall, okay? Let's just make sure you can see how this is done here, okay? Sorry about that. Okay, sorry about that. It's okay. Something else ran up on myself. Okay, right, let's carry on. Now, free plate ceiling rolls, and I'm leaving that in, by the way. I will not be editing it out, okay? It just goes to show it's real and its quirks, and the work is actually being done for your benefit. Let me remind you. Thank you. Okay. Right, here, consumer unit to your ceiling rolls. Then if you need be, you can go to another light. You can then drop off for your switching, etc. This is an endless system, quite efficient system actually as well, and one that isn't even used now, constantly being used, okay? junction box method only where you're going to need an extension in a house where you may not have had a 3-plate system installed, so you will then need to take a job off, bring in your feed in and feed off a junction box, so forth, to feed another light. Okay, but the system is quite, the junction box method is not used that often, only in very rare circumstances in my experience. Okay, before method. Okay, this is simply a connection method for wiring the system in. Now this is a metal box. Okay, so you may apply this in certain industrial environment. Okay, let's just make sure we can get this into play. Okay, just make sure you can see your reference lines. Okay. Okay, and this is your type of busbar trunking. Now you've seen this previously in one of the slides before, so I'm not going to take too long on this. Okay, so you've seen how this has been done before. Okay, and here you have your type of socket. Okay, now again check that you're looking at the correct tables. Okay, because again we're dealing with the 18th edition and these may have changed, even though it should still be a 7671. Okay, so be aware of that. That is down to you to check, 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 check. Safety, safety, safety first every time. Okay. Distribution systems. Okay, just giving you a very good example. Okay, you should all be familiar with this by now. Okay, overall. Environmental control building management systems. Okay, that's for you to read. Make sure you're familiar with it. Okay, it's down to you. That still continued. Okay. And here you have your banding of cables. Okay, band 1, band 2, etc. Okay, let's just make sure we can get that down so you can see this in full. Okay, that's your banding of cables. Your cables should be separated in regards to the banding system. Again, comply with the IEE regs BS7671. Okay, make sure you have done that. Again here, make sure that your chapters correspond, okay, and allow for any changes that may have occurred in regards to the BS7671 in future references or now. At this moment in time, it is the 18th edition of the IEE regs that we are compliant with at this point in time. Okay, and make sure they are the same chapters. But I believe they were when I last checked, but I could be wrong because I'm doing this simply from memory. Okay, and my memory now is not too good these days. Okay, I just hope that it stays good for many more years to come yet. Okay. 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 For your reference, for you to read and be familiar with. Okay. Let's just make sure we can reline. Okay. Emergency lighting. Okay. Standard standby lighting. Open area lighting. High risk area lighting. Now, this just tells you the requirement and specification for emergency lighting. And again, it's important that you keep yourself up to date with any changes in regards to the regulations. And therefore, you should now be checking the IE regs to ensure that it is still compliant for any changes or additions which have been made. That is your job. Get it done. Okay. Emergency light still continues. Okay, don't need to do anything further than that. That's what you should see. And this is just showing you positioning of emergency lighting systems. Okay, and I'm just going to go into each one in turn overall. Hopefully that we can make sure that we can get it in view. Okay, I'm going to go down. Okay. It's just the positioning of the light where the lighting should be at the sensible point in time, and place it to ensure safe and speed exit from a building should a building be on fire. Okay, that's what this is indicating and telling you. It's down to you to check and make sure that you're putting these lighting points in the most effective positions. Okay. And here you have wave time set on base 5266, but for within a 1 to 3 hour time frame. Now, what they're saying here is that your lighting should be able to withstand heat for at least 1 to 2 to 3 hours, but always aim for the higher end. That your lighting should at least last for at least 3 hours in extreme conditions. Okay, that will allow firemen to able to gain access and probably get people out, allowing for that situation. Okay, but check the IEE regs and always comply with what is stated. Now again, make sure that this BS5266 has not been changed or has not been amended or updated in some way. That is down to you. Check and ensure that has not been the case. Okay. Okay, again here we just continue with emergency lighting. Don't need to do anything more on that. Maintain and non-maintain emergency lighting. Now here you need to know the difference, okay? And I'm not going to, this is for you to read for yourself, because you need to know the difference between maintained and non-maintained emergency lighting, okay? And that is for you to read for yourself. I'm not going to read it out to you, because you're the person or the individual who is undertaking that task and that job. It is down to you to understand and know that the difference in between the two. Okay. Okay, don't need to do anything further on that. That's for you now to read yourselves. Okay. Now here, be aware of the type of fire alarm systems. Okay. Let me just go in a little bit, make sure that everybody can see this. Okay, and it's in frame. Okay, good. Let me pan back. Okay. Okay. Property protection. A good fire alarm system will automatically detect a fire at an early stage, indicate its location, etc., and raise alarm. Okay. Don't need to do anything on that further for you to do. Okay. Now this, make sure you understand the L2s, L3s. Okay, check that they're compliant with the IE regs and make sure that you read the up-to-date information should there be any changes or specification or amendments. That is your job. Get it done. And here you have a system, simple watt fire alarm system with backup and so forth. Okay. And look at the distance of the glass. 30 meters. You shouldn't have to go more than 30 meters to break a glass. Okay. To set off the alarm. And here's your alarm systems. Okay, let me just go and make sure that we can get this fully for you. Okay, come on a little bit so we can get it all in full range. Okay. This resistor simply terminates at this end to complete a circuit. Okay, overall. These are your sounders. Okay, automatic call systems. Okay. Viewers again here, similarly just telling you what is it, segregation of cables. Okay, and that matters a great deal. Okay, you had this a little bit in a previous slide, no point to need to stay there too long. Types of cable used. Okay, again it shows you here type of cable. Again, you must comply with the IE regs and it sets that down for you what cables are, and to make sure that you're up to date, look and read the information as set out in the IE regs 18th edition or any future edition that might be the case. Okay, I don't don't need me to read it out to you. You can read that for yourself. Thank you. Okay. Here you have. Okay. CCTV closed circuit support, etc. Okay. And it's just telling you what you can and cannot do with cameras, etc. And types of cameras, but we know now remember there are more modern cameras now, okay, and so forth, even smaller, given high definition and better quality. So make sure you are compliant with those new methods. Okay, these were the cameras they were at that point in time as they were, so allow for these changes. Okay, check. And obviously your systems of control is going to be more modern, so you should actually be looking now for the control systems that's now updated. Video switches, an early low-cost method used to manage images, but are these still in use? That will be for you to find out and confirm. Okay, get to work. you know your mobile phone now can record. Okay, I mean, in my time, the phone, you wouldn't even have a mobile phone. It didn't exist then. Electronic access. Okay, here we have electronic access. So it's simple. It's in the heading, isn't it? So I'm not going to need to express anything here. Just electronic access, giving you control, access a certain point by card swipe or etc. Okay. I'm right about that. It's so dark in that spot. Most peculiar. Okay, let's pan back. See if we can get this into full view. Okay. Okay. Read this for yourselves. Okay. All right. Multi-choice questions. Okay. Now, for some reason, the question seems to be out of focus earlier. One of my earlier shots. Let's just make sure that doesn't happen here. Okay. Okay. And okay. Okay, good. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye bye for now.